Hey, everybody, it's Julianne Lichty Stratton here with Acting from All Angles, and today we are going to talk about adaptations. And I'm going to be trying out my new fabulous little lapel mic. It's a Boya mic, a lavalier microphone right here. It was recommended to me by somebody on YouTube who does a lot of fabulous stuff. Think Media, I think is what they're called. So today we are going to be talking about, hey, Brittany's here, about adaptations and what they are and how to do them. Okay, so if you don't know what an adaptation is, you're going to have to hang on for 1 second because I'm going to introduce myself and the show. So as I said, my name is Julianne Lichty Stratton, and I am the creator of Actors in Action, Professional Acting Conservatory, where we do all kinds of fabulous training for actors here. We get them ready to be able to audition for anything, to be able to do their best work when they're online, when they're on set, when they're booking machine is what our goal is, and it works. So it's a lot of fun. So we're going to talk about today adaptations. So what is an adaptation? Did you ever see the movie? It came out, I don't know, like 10 years ago. It was an adaptation. Oh, Warren's here and Jack's here. Hi, guys. I'm so glad you're here. It was about this guy who was adapting a book to a film kind of thing. So an adaptation is when you take something that's already written and you adapt it for film or for theater or anything like that. So it could be a book, it could be another play, maybe in a different language. That happens a lot. And that's actually specifically what we're going to talk about today is my experience of adapting No Exit, the play that we're going to be doing, Scaffold Theater is going to be doing here in February 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Eccles Black Box Theater at the Regent Street Theater there. So let's talk a little bit about it. It's very interesting. So No Exit is a fantastic play. It's about three people that are trapped in this room for eternity, which is hell. It's a man and two women, a straight guy, a lesbian, and a very beautiful, fussy straight girl. And then there's a bellboy as well. So it's a really cool play. It talks about the human existence and how life often seems futile and how we other people are really our hell. And it's a really, really cool play. Jean-Paul Sartre is the author of it, and he was a French existentialist and a playwright and a deep thinker, really cool guy. So with No Exit, the original is written in French. Clearly, he was French. And there's two English translations that I've been able to get my hands on here. And I don't really care for either one of them. They're okay, but they don't really ring my bell, and they kind of had very archaic language, like back in the 50s, like, hey, see, we're going to do this, and so it just didn't quite click with me. I actually saw a production of No Exit, I think the beginning of the summer, and it was good, it was well acted, but they were using one of those scripts, and it just didn't jive with me. So what I've been known to do is to do my own adaptations. So what I did is I took the French version. I got a copy of it, and I actually typed it in and put it into Google Translate and typed in the whole thing in French. I studied a little bit of French in high school, but not enough to be able to understand the play. So I put it in there, and I got a literal translation from Google. How exact it is, how nuanced it was, I'm sure it wasn't that. But it was enough for me to really see what was going on in the play. And then I took these two other translations and I looked at those as well. So I would go line by line. I'd look at the translation of the French and what exactly it was, what it was literally saying. Then I would take from the other two scripts and go, okay, so I see what they're saying here and how they changed it or they elaborated or what it meant to them. So then I got to go, well, what do I think Jean-Paul Sartre's really trying to say in the moment here with this? We've got Marilyn, hey, with this play. And so I took that and I wrote it in my own language, in language that I thought was rich and great and nuanced and really developed the moments. And I'll have to admit, I added in a few things. It was mostly because I understood what the moment was going for. And so I just sort of wanted to embellish it or flourish it a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting and connected. And one thing I really love to do in my adaptations is the use of language and using metaphors and using images and keep repeating those. It really helps to be able to do that. And I couldn't see that that was done so much in the French, and certainly wasn't done in the other translations. If I could read French fluently, I'm sure I would have gotten more and more nuances. So my adaptation was what I thought really brought out the ideas of the play, really made the moments richer, made them connect more, the characters connect more, made them brought the story of the play out more. So we're actually going to be having a read through, a table read of this, my adaptation of No Exit, this Saturday at 6:30 here at Sue Rose. If anybody wants to come, they're welcome to. It'll be my actors reading it through the first time. So I'll get to hear it. I'll get to see if I want to futz with anything and change it around a little bit. But I think it's pretty much set. And I feel really, really good about the adaptation. So that's how I did this adaptation. Now, I got the idea from it because I did an adaptation of just a scene from actually a monologue from Uncle Vanya from a Chekhov play. And I didn't like the translations I was reading. There were different translations and they didn't quite, I don't know, they seemed a little dorky, didn't quite work for me. So what I did, again, is I took 3 or 4 different translations, I read them, and then I sussed out what they were really saying and said it in a way that I thought was beautiful and made a lot more sense. So I love doing adaptations. It's really fun to do that. And of course, I would never adapt Shakespeare or anything like that. I would never adapt anything that is in my native language, that is in English, because I understand that and I don't need to. But taking other languages, like other plays in other languages, like Ibsen, who writes in Norwegian, or Chekhov, who writes in Russian, or Jean-Paul Sartre, who writes in French. It's a really fun exercise to be able to do that and to see how you can make it come to life more. So I challenge you, if you ever feel like you're doing a scene from a classic play or from a different playwright with a different language and you don't really like it, why don't you get a couple of translations and do your own adaptation? It's a lot of fun. So that's what an adaptation is. That's my process of doing it. It'll be really fun and really exciting to see how No Exit turns out. So I'm really excited about that. It's October, the beginning of October. Come take classes. We have ongoing classes this year until the mid of December, and then we start up again mid-January. So if you need to sign up, if you want more information, you can look at actorsandactionclass.com, my website. And you can also contact me at info@actorsandactionclass.com. All right. Let me know what you want me to talk about in Acting from All Angles. I really want to be able to help you guys, to give you my knowledge, to ask other people to be on the show as well, to help people make their acting careers stronger and brighter and greater. All right, I hope you have a fantastic evening. We will see you next week on Acting from All Angles, and have a great one. Bye-bye.